Good morning, this is John Carter, episode live broadcast number 126. Ways of building wealthy, healthy, happy local communities using TBC. Yeah. TBC is the tool that has been created for us to use, and I think it's important that we look at it for what it was really created to be, to replace the current debt-based monetary system. So why do we say that this current monetary system is debt-based? When a child is born in any country, doesn't matter what country. First of all, let me digress. Begin with the base step. The monetary system, the people in control of the monetary system, and pretty much any country in the world. There may be just a few exceptions. But in most countries, when a baby is born, of course, it has to be registered, right? You do have to register them. Well, why? Why are they being registered? What's the purpose of that? Well, I could go into the different calendars that are being used between civilization and creeps that run the world. We could, the Satanists that are in power. We could talk about the different calendars that are in play here, but we'll leave that for another time. Today, we'll just focus a little bit more on what is TBC here to replace. When a baby is registered, that registration is it's a documentation, basically, that it becomes part of civilization. And what is civilization? Civilization is a very, I don't know, could we say a fancy word for chattel property? Chattel property sounds way better than just cattle, doesn't it? Doesn't chattel property, doesn't that make you proud to be chattel property? That wow, we're now chattel property, which actually means the same thing as cattle. Wow. Isn't that exciting? And who are these people that count us as chattel property? Yeah, those are Satanists, Satan worshippers, and you know, child pedophilians. Those kind of people. The people that we have blindly allowed to gain power on basically on a global scale. These are the people in control of the one thing that they have set the economy up to that is necessary everywhere, and it's called money. But can you and I not trade with whatever we want? Of course we can. Of course we can. Nobody has control over what you and I do. Nobody has control over what you and I do. Nobody has control of our thinking. Unless, of course, if we take control of our thinking. Now, mind you, it isn't that they're not trying to control our thinking, and maybe we'll have to admit that most of the population happens to be pretty much under the control of okay. Before we get too confused here, most of the thinking of the population is pretty much under their control. So how do they do this? By indoctrination. This so-called school system, where they learn to obey the law. Yeah, where they learn to obey the law, and they learn that the law is your government. Yeah, that's what they learn. They're not talking about the idiots in the shadows pulling the strings, telling your government what they can do and what they can't do and what the law is and all of that. No. They're not talking about those guys. Those guys, they're secret. That's secret. Nobody knows about them. Nobody knows about them, okay? Your government, that's what's important. Yes, this is important. You obey your government. They are the highest authority. And beyond that, you don't talk about how money is made. In fact, don't talk about money. Money is the root of all evil, guys. Don't talk about money. Money, that's bad. It's bad stuff. Bad stuff. Don't talk about it. Certainly, don't ever get into talking about banking. Don't ever figure that out. That is bad stuff. Don't, you know, don't about law, don't figure it out. It gets way too complicated anyways. You can't, you know, you would never get it. You would never ever get it. It's extremely complicated. You would never ever be able to understand how banking works. It's far too complicated. So here's what you do. As soon as your kids don't have to have their diapers changed every day, off to school. Off to school. It's time they get into the indoctrination camp for two reasons. So that both parents can go to work, spend their days working, getting tired, so that they don't all of a sudden begin to figure out what the heck is going on in this world? Why is everything so flippin' screwed up? Don't, you know, you keep very, very busy. And of course, there's lots of games. There's football, there's hockey, there is plenty of games that are very exciting that will keep you also very busy in the evening, so that you don't begin to all of a sudden wake up and start thinking, man, how come I'm working every day, all day, and I am not getting any closer to paying off my debt? Matter of fact, the harder I work to try to pay off the debt, the more I become enslaved, and the deeper I get in debt. How does this work? No, don't think about that. You just have a nice cool beer, watch the game. Next day, you get up early and you get back to work. Yeah, and have your kids in school. Make sure they are indoctrinated. Every day, all day long, indoctrination. So that by the time they are done high school, they're basically zombies. They can't think for themselves at all. That lifestyle, that is what TBC was created to set us free from. So we can regain the freedom of thinking for ourselves. That's what TBC was made for. To wake us up and help us realize, man, you know what? You guys are on a hamster wheel all day long, every day. And the schools, the indoctrination camps, so-called schools where you send your kids to, they're the same way. And so is your doctor, so is your dentist, so are the lawyers. None of them know anything beyond doing their job. They have not taken the time to figure out, okay, how does law actually work? The highest paid lawyers, they only know enough to do their job. How law works, they don't have a clue, man. They don't have a clue. They don't understand. All they know is that, okay, well, the average person doesn't understand, doesn't know how to present themselves in front of court. So it takes a lawyer to do it. Guys, that is smoke and mirrors. That's smoke and mirrors. We are all live people. We easily understand law. Easily. We also very easily understand banking. We easily understand. It's a debt-based system. But until we go through some information and start understanding how things work, and I don't mean all of the details, everything, how everything works out there. No, it's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how does it work. I'm talking about who is sitting in the shadows, pulling the strings and making the laws. It ain't your government, guys. It's not your government. And who owns the money? It certainly ain't the country. Creating all of these boom bust cycles, pushing lots of money into the economy, getting people very confident, and start doing lots of borrowing. Oh man, people are borrowing and they are creating businesses, and wow, the interest rate is practically at zero. and now you can really prosper. All right, let's hire lots of people. Let's get this thing moving. And next thing you know, everybody's busy. And then they pull the money out. All of a sudden, the interest rates go up and the money gets pulled out of the economy and everything falls apart. People lose their jobs, businesses close down, and everything falls apart. And then they come in and they buy everything up for pennies on the dollar. It's not that hard to understand. It really isn't. It's not that hard to understand. And if you are watching this video and you're still in that debt-based, you're still a debt slave, then I encourage you, wake up to what the truth is. Wake up to what the truth is. Stop getting your kids indoctrinated. Start learning what the truth is and teach it to your kids so they know better. You hear this all the time. People talking about, high school students getting in deep into debt to go through some college, whatever degree, to be deep in debt. And then after all that schooling, now they're overeducated for some Tim Hortons job or whatever. They're overqualified for that, and there isn't anything else to be found. And now they're hooked on all this debt. Ah, right. They've got education. Okay. All right. Well, let's trust in that. It reminds me. Reminds me. There's a verse that says, "Cursed is the man who trusts in man." Wow. I'd like for us to steer our conversation, or my conversation maybe more, a little bit more to where is true wisdom? Where is real understanding? Where is it? It's within you. It's inside of you. That's where it is. Don't listen to what people out there are saying. When they're telling you how good the economy is, never mind that. Never mind that. Go inside. Go inside and find out the truth. Because your subconscious knows everything. There isn't anything that your subconscious does not know the answer to. It knows all the answers that you need anywhere in life. It is not that difficult. All right, so for those of you who are looking for information, for those of you who are actually looking for information, you would like to know the truth, you would like to know where to start. How does this world operate? A good place to start is at blog.TheBillionCoin.info. is a good place to get a lot of information. And of course, from there, you can branch out and find a lot more information about, you can do real case studies, you can do many, many different directions that you can go and find very, very much information. Let me tell you again, the information that you find, doesn't matter where you find it, whether it's from the classroom, from the indoctrination camp, or whether you get it from the blog of the Billion Coin. Go inside and ask for the answers to understand it. To understand the truth. The truth is what you want, right? Isn't there a phrase that says, you shall know the truth and the truth shall make you free? The truth makes you free when you understand the truth, when you know the truth. But if you're confused, you can't really become free. Freedom isn't in confusion and chaos. It's in understanding. And I want to share the screen for just a little bit. I wonder how long my talk is so far. I'm going to share the screen for just a little bit.
You asked me if you're stressed.
Huh?
You asked if you're stressed.
Uh-huh.
You said you look stressed.
No, I'm not in any stress. I'm not under any stress. Why would I stress? Okay, so I want to show you something. Which one is it here? That's number one. Oh yeah, this. That's what it is. The steps. So I want to show you the steps here. Obviously, I got to change this. But I have a set of steps here. If you are in TBC and you're wondering how to make money, you sign up at johnharder.com and you log in and you go to cash flow. You just click cash flow when you're logged in. That'll take you to this page. Now I'm going to be getting rid of this sidebar here. I didn't realize I still had it on here. I had to change to a different theme, which finally did work, but I had screwed up my website somehow. And so this is sort of the fix for it, but it does work again. All right, so so here I have the steps that you can take to create cash flow in your life. You want to make money? Here's an easy way. The exact steps are here. This is can work for a completely new beginner. But if you've gone through these steps, you already have coin and so on, then just pick the pace up here at step number 17. Up to step number 17, well, there may be, you could probably already benefit from step number 12. That's possible. If you haven't signed up everybody in your household with TBC, then you can pick it up at step number 12, and you can just follow the steps, do exactly what the steps say, and you will create cash flow. This is not hard. It's as easy to do. You will create steps, cash flow, and if you have already gone through these steps, then you can of course pick up the pace at step 17. 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. If you follow these steps daily, you will create cash flow. Okay? So, and here in step 12, if you don't know what your link is, your referral link for your Kringles, here I have it explained. The one that you see here is mine, but you can You can just replace behind the equal sign, you replace your username, replace it with your Kringle's username, and that will be your link. Okay, it's very simple. All right, so and all you got to do is follow these forms. If you need to partner with me, that's fine too, because these forms here, they work for partnering, so that you can actually I'd be selling my coin and give you 50% of the benefit, 50% of the so how does that really work actually? Well, for me, I pay 100% of the money in TBC to the buyer, but then I also give you 50% yet. Okay, so for me, it's like 150% going out, but you receive 50% and the buyer receives 100%. So now you're probably wondering, well, why would I be doing that? Well, I have plenty of TBC. I really, really do have plenty. And so I don't mind sharing that and giving you a hand to get going, so you can also create cash flow and get started, right? So that's why we do it. I'm not here to be stingy or try to rake everything in for myself at the expense of anyone else. That's not my point. I am very willing to share. All you got to do is introduce some people, and I'll share it with them. They can buy it from me, and I will share with you. Okay? It's muy sencillo. All right, so let's go back now. I think, all right, so shared that. Oops, I think I just shared it again, and that's not what I meant to do. All right. There we go. There we go. All right, so for those of you who have not migrated, you still can move your coins. You have the old system has been shut down, but you can still move your coins. So so don't hesitate. Just go ahead and do your migrating to the new system, and your coins will be safe. And for those of you watching this video and you're not in TBC yet, let me ask you a question. Do you love the debt-based system so much? Is that why you stay there? Is that it? Do you love poverty so much that you just rather stay in poverty? Or why are you not yet in TBC? Why are you not coming aboard and help us spread the word to change the economy to wealth and prosperity for everybody? Or does prosperity not make sense to you? Just wondering what's up, right? To me, it made sense right away. It just made all the sense in the world. We can change away from a debt-based system to an economy of wealth, prosperity for everybody. That is makes sense to me. Makes sense to me, right? So whatever the hurdles are for you, let me encourage you, do yourself a favor and think about it. Think about it. Go deep inside yourself and find the truth. Find the truth. All right. So thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you very much for hanging out with me, for those of you who are here in the broadcast. And we have Susan Harder. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Marjorie, for moderating. And we have Stephen Coffey. Thank you. Thank you, Stephen, for tuning in. Well, this name, it's an interesting one. Redwan, thank you very much for coming on board. Hello, sir. I have a little amount of TBC and also send button is active. Now I wanna sell them. Can you help me kindly? Yes, yes, I can help you. Contact me through Crypto TBC and I will help you, okay? All right, so then we've got Crypto Review. Pedro, thank you so much for tuning in. Jacob Harder, thank you for tuning in as well. And we've got Mausa, thank you so much for coming aboard today. Appreciate it very much. Christina, thank you. You must also be quite busy. Don't see you very often on my Hangouts anymore, but of course, you're likely on a lot of other Hangouts, which for some reason I haven't taken very much time lately to tune into many of the Hangouts. Gotta try to do more of that. But we rented this place only for just 1 month, so we are quite busy trying to find a place to move to where we can you know, at least settle in for a couple of years or so. Diana Gordon, thank you for tuning in. It's awesome to see you here. And okay, so I think that's everyone. If Pete is watching, then I didn't see him having typed anything, but that's all right. Pete, I'm going to assume that you are listening in, as you're probably driving or whatever. So I want to just say thank you for tuning in and listening to this broadcast. And I'm looking forward to soon listening in on yours. Thank you so much, everybody. And you have a wonderful, wonderful day or evening or whatever it is that you're approaching. Oh, Mahalko just popped in. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you want to hear some very, very sarcastic statements, go back to the beginning of this hangout, and and you can listen to some sarcasm.
She's just done her podcast. That's why she came on.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, and enjoy.